Okay. Hope everybody that happens to pop in can actually hear me. But let's get this show on the road. Da, 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 da. Turn my music up. Alrighty. And this is ranged. I swear there was two in this one. I missed one? I did. And oh boy, this is so fun. Yay. If anybody's watching, let me know if you can hear me in chat. It's my first time going live on YouTube, so I'm really just doing it to obliterate some time. And maybe if people coming into my videos to get help see me online, they'll just ask in chat. That would be a lot easier than constantly replying to posts. I should probably do like a weekly like support live or something like that. If people were interested, I probably would. All right. If anybody's watching, I am currently digging through um, the Mark II and Mark III weapons created by DarkStar Manufacturing to make sure they are pointed to the correct version of any legendaries that they are asking for in their weapon combinations. Um, I know it's boring, but the legendaries that are in game are applied in a completely different way. That doesn't really facilitate proper filtering between melee and ranged. If you try and set up a mod that says, "Hey, let's let you be able to install these," um, so I had to create kind of clones of all the legendaries and split them between this stack is melee and this stack is ranged. Give them a keyword for a mod association that says I'm melee or I'm ranged, and then warning. What's what's that warning? Oh, stream's current bitrate. I don't know. Okay, whatever. Um, so anyways, I had to give them all keywords and then give all the weapons of their type the right keyword. And then go into all these combinations and set them to use the correct one that has the keyword. So all of that stuff. Fun times. And this is the tedium you deal with when you are doing big mods. Not all of the ones on the Creation Club are this complex. But for some reason, all of mine are. Did I also get the Furious one? I wasn't paying attention because I was talking. I think I got it. Lots of scrolling. Yeah, if you need to get a workout on your index finger and start modding, you will scroll more than you think. I'm not seeing any chat. I don't know if anybody is chatting, but I don't know if this chat alert thing is working. It just says talk chat. What is that? Live chat? No, I'm not seeing anything. That's fine. Nobody has to watch or chat. I just figured if anybody was like desperate for this mod, they could watch me build it. And happy Father's Day to any other fathers out there. And so many combinations. Do you mean the DarkStar settings terminal or the Starborn terminal? Or the shipbuilder kiosk? It's a lot of terminals over there, man. Um, I've been hearing from some people that they couldn't get creations to load. Are you on Xbox or on PC? I may not have the answer, but if I can figure it out. I don't know what you mean, setup crew. All of my mods have Starborn and non-Starborn stuff. They support both. In fact, DarkStar Manufacturing, the one I'm building right now, is none of it is Starborn specific. But DarkStar Astrodynamics, more than half of the equipment that it provides for your ship is non-Starborn. There's just other versions of it for that unlock when you're on Starborn. Um. Oh yeah. So Wesley, I don't know if you're playing on Xbox or PC, but if you're on PC, make sure that the main BA2 file, the DarkStar Astrodynamics main BA2, make sure that got put into the correct place in your install path. Should be in the data folder next to the ESM. Usually that's what happens is there's a bad install that disables the terminal. Okay, the other option is to check and see if it needs to be repaired. If something blew up on your landing pad, um, then it may have broken. So scan some things around there and see if it needs to be repaired. Since all that stuff's pre-attached, it likes to all destroy itself at the same time if it gets damaged. The one downside, but there's usually a repair or repair all for those components. As far as the not getting stuff to load on in the creations menu. Um, what happens when you click on the creations frozen? Does it just time out? Does it crash to desktop? Hey, Snarky. Dun, dun, dun. Um, as soon as I get through this weapon enchantment fix that I'm doing right now, which there's not many left to go, I'll be saving this and loading it into the game and checking it out for the first time. It may very well crash the very first time I try it, because this new version of DarkStar Manufacturing has never actually been loaded in game yet. Um, um, I would Google that or check Reddit. I know some people were posting some support threads over that in Reddit, but I haven't had the issue, so I didn't have a need to dig deep. So I don't know what their fix was, but there is a fix for it. It usually has something to do with the SFBGS mods. Those are the all of the new content Bethesda has added since February has mostly come by way of standalone ESM mods. None of us verified creators know why they did that. Why they didn't just bake those changes directly into Starfield. I don't know, but they're causing nothing but issues for mods and the Creation Club. So usually when somebody's having an issue, that's the first place I point them because that usually fixes it. Um, yeah, I want to see this in game. I can't wait to see how it turns out. I'm doing a lot of what they call blind coding over the past couple weeks, where you work on a bunch of stuff that isn't testable until the end. And in this case, this is thousands upon thousands of forms that I've created and edited. I'm kind of nervous. High confidence, but still nervous. Oh, did Wakasashi probably gave that the ranged when it needs the melee one. Oh, melee, melee. All right, I'm good. Oh. Mm. What information that I gave helped you there, Snarky? Yeah, everything I'm doing is going to be on Xbox setup crew. So if you're not familiar with it, this mod will allow crafting of any weapon, armor, or apparel in the game, and then upgrading of weapon, armor, and apparel with edit. You'll be able to customize the quality, armor and apparel linings. Those lining effects like bonuses to sneak and oxygen and stuff like that, and also customize your legendaries. And I added the missing quality tiers to things like weapons that didn't have advanced will now have advanced. Um, all weapons will now have superior, and then oh yeah, yeah. Well, it's not specifically an xEdit thing. It's the SFBGS, the Starfield Bethesda Game Studios prefixed ESM files are all mods, and you're not supposed to have them in your plugins text on PC. So you're not supposed to manipulate the load order of those. Problem is, Hey, can anybody hear me now? Sorry, my headset went kaput and trying to switch over to my other headset now. Um, but no, my headset ran out of battery. I didn't realize it was low. Um, Bethesda, the Starfield ESM chooses the load order for those Bethesda plugins, not the Creation Club stuff. The content patches they've been releasing, and then because all of those are light and medium mods, they are they're wreaking havoc with everything that isn't a full ESM. Which unfortunately, DarkStar Astro Dynamics is a medium ESM because those bugs weren't evident in the Creation Club beta. Hold on, I'm trying to connect my new earbuds. Give me a second. Change the audio input. Can everybody still hear me? Um, cool. All right. Alrighty, back to this. But I also, this mod adds superior to everything on the weapon side, advanced to the things that were missing, advanced, and it also adds combination. Oh, there. It also adds unrivaled above superior and relic above unrivaled. If you missed the video talking about that, it's something I did on the original xEdit version on Nexus, and I'm perpetuating it into this. So I think I am good to save and try loading this into the game for the first time. Well, I'm glad it's working, Wesley. Yeah, the first version I did in xEdit months ago. I didn't know everything I do now about how Bethesda is making all of this stuff work. So I was able to focus more on balancing and all of that this time around. I wonder if it's going to load. And Snarky, or was it Setup Crew, asked how long I've been modding. Yeah. Um, as far as like Creation Kit and xEdit, the two programs that are used for Starfield, um, I never really got into either of those much for Skyrim and Fallout. So this is really my first foray into that. But I was an add-on developer for World of Warcraft, Rift, and Elder Scrolls Online. Um, and I'm a professional software architect by day. So yeah, that was kind of part of the goal. Celinda is I wanted people to be free to to do what they wanted, and not feel like they were going to, you know, completely gimp themselves by going to New Game Plus. Clearly, it's still optional what you do and don't do with your time, but or with your game. Um, but I didn't feel like the game really rewarded you well enough to walk through and lose your stuff. Setup crew, if it's related to the mods I'm already working on, yes, but I don't do like external intellectual properties. I get a lot of requests for things like Star Trek and Star Wars and Expanse and stuff. I don't do that stuff. There's plenty of other mod authors that do it. Um, and I do have quite a few mods I'm going to be working on after this that are already in the works. Um, Here we go. First time seeing it inside the game client. So, if you've used Astrodynamics, you're familiar with this little corner. I basically turned this whole back room in the lodge into DarkStar headquarters. um, so that's file crafting, weapon enhancement. I shouldn't have access to any recipes except the ammo from the base game. Oh, why are those showing up here? Those shouldn't be in this one. Interesting. I have to admit that's a bug. I need to move those. So those should be in the industrial workbench. I wonder if they're in all of them. And yeah, so I have to have internal weapon mods in order to craft. I don't have any resources on me. I'll give myself some in a second. I don't know what you mean by Citadel Fleet. Um, uh, yeah, the maelstrom is always leaning against the wall. Let's see. Sweet. Everything's gonna look like Bog's Grog or Grog's Bog, whatever. All right, let me give myself some materials. Oh, okay, time to test. Material analysis. So there's lots of research here now. I gotta make a hammer. This is awesome. Alright, I don't know if they showed up in this one or not. I know they're showing in the one they shouldn't. I probably have to go over there to get it. Yeah, I need to move those recipes. Alright, so I know I need a hammer, but I don't remember which hammer. So yes, DarkStar Manufacturing will allow you to craft tools. Not that they're very useful in the game, they're mostly clutter items. But they're used in this research now. Vacuum tape. Where's vacuum tape? I don't think that was supposed to be vacuum tape. I think it was supposed to be duct tape. Maybe that's just what it's called. Yeah, there's no vacuum tape in here. Alright, I'll fix that recipe, but vacuum tape. That is not the expected material. So what these researches are, need a caliper. These researches are what allow you to upgrade the quality on things once you've earned the levels to upgrade the quality on that given item. So like this is quality 2, this teaches you to do calibrated and then refine. This is advanced. Um, caliper. Oh, there's vacuum tape. That's funny. And then there is research for every legendary as well. Hydraulic clamp and clamp. But which hydraulic clamp? I don't know. There's the normal clamp. There's clamp. Yeah, not a problem, Selena. It's kind of a labor of love. I get into a game and I'm like, I don't like how this works. I'm gonna fix it. And as soon as I get access to mods or add-ons or whatever, I fix it. Utility knife. Where's that utility knife? Oh, good lord. What did I do to myself? So 7, this research, quality research 7, this is to unlock relic equipment. So a bubble level and a tape measure. Yeah, well, that'll happen, Snarky. I don't know what charge diodes are. That doesn't make any sense to me, but it's whatever. But all of the ammo stuff, once you research it in the game, should move over here. So this is actually the ammo. Um, Ammo crafting station. That's why it's got ammo on the top of it. But the those recipes, I need to flag them to move to another bench. The tools that I'm working on right now. Okay, so quality research is done, and then that should open up um, equipment and weapon research. Aero equipment, so enhanced apparel manufacturing. This lets me upgrade base game apparel to the enhanced or Mark II version of the apparel. And the same for each one of these different things. I'm getting a lot of free material procs here. Actually, I haven't had to have a DarkStar Quantum Harness yet. I should have. That should have been necessary by now. Well, all right. So Wesley, the Starborn ship is a kind of a nightmare to mod, um, because the whole ship is considered one module, and the weapons don't actually attach through normal attach points. So you can't really swap like the weapons out or any of that stuff to create a new version of the ship very easily. There's some people that are working on it, and they complain constantly in Discord. Um, I'll eventually do something with it, but for right now, I am not. Yeah, there's the base game ammunition crafting stuff popping up. I've gotten a free proc on that quantum harness every time. So the quantum harness, obviously, it's something built for this mod. That is going to A, be craftable, and B, be purchasable at a few terminals. And C, it will drop in boss chests and from boss NPCs. It gets used for all your research, and it gets used for applying legendaries and the higher quality tiers. So these are all legendaries. This is teaching me to build them. So this is crippling, demoralizing, disassembler. I'll stop there for now. Go to equipment, and I should have the same thing here. Do a couple of these. All right, so let's see what happens. So this is weapon crafting. I'm just going to make an AA99. So then when I check my inventory, there's my AA99. And this spawns with the game calculates the quality and all of that stuff. So this is a base game or a Mark 1 AA99. Let's see what I can do with that at a weapon bench. It should behave like normal because I have not modified it. So I can do barrel, all of that stuff. And these are old enchants that haven't been rebuilt yet. Those should not be there. Um, that's from the old version. I just kind of ported them over bit by bit. So in the base game version, you can't control the quality here because it's actually multiple qualities stacked on top of each other. So it doesn't lend itself for the weapon bench allowing you to change things very well. So now let's do this and say I want to make, notice that's the only one lit up. And if you look to the right, the ingredient required to make a Mark II AA99 is an AA99. So it's going to consume the one I just made. Now it's gone, can't build it anymore. And I go over here. There's my Explorer's Superior. You're already seeing something that's not possible in the base game there. Superior. No, Mantis, I normally don't stream. This is my first time, actually. Alright, so there's quality, and because I unlocked everything over there, I can actually make it a relic. So it's currently superior. Damage with the currently installed mods is 152. Go to relic, it jumps up to 273. So relic on most weapons usually requires between level 80 and about 130 to get relic. Yeah, it's a good example of how the damage scales. So the base weapon is at 47, calibrated at 69, 93, 121, and then 152 for superior, 212 for unrivaled, and then relic. So we'll go with relic. And notice the name change to Explorer's Relic AA99. That means the naming hook that I put in place is working. We'll do anti-personnel. And lacerate. Or no. Whoa. Am I missing something here? Oh, I haven't unlocked it. Oh, nice. Nice. It shows you that it requires the research. That is awesome. Also, did I do any of these? Okay. So, and then skin, there is no skin for this one, and I'll just leave everything else as is. So there you go, Demoralizing Explorer's Relic AA-99 Mark II, but that's not it. That's not where this weapon stops. Yeah, this is just the standard room that the Mark One spacesuit is already in. Normally, there's like a couch with a cover on it back here and a bunch of crates. I just took those out and put all this stuff in. But vial weapon crafting. All right, so those are showing up here too. They should not be. But I think I need to unlock vial weapon crafting. Pretty sure. So if I go and scroll my butt off, there it is. So this is where we get into more. Let me do the base game ammunition one while I'm at it. At least. And blade mod. That's not mine either. That's base game. All right. DarkStar particle research. So discover how to extract particle cores from existing particle beam weapons so you can learn to produce your own. So then that unlocks a recipe the at the industrial workbench. But for that, you need to consume a weapon, so I am going to make one. The weapon you have to consume is any of the four existing particle beam weapons in the game, the default vanilla model. So I'm going to craft a base game Big Bang. And then over here, DarkStar extracted particle core. So you can see it wants, this one wants to consume my Eternity's Gate because that's a Varun inflictor. And this one wants to consume the Big Bang. So I'll do the Big Bang. And now that's done. So I come back over to research. And weaponry. Where's that guy? Yes, I added a lot of research to the game. Alright, so this now notices my particle core. So that's done, and then in volatile ammo research. So this discover how to treat ballistic ammunition at the DarkStar ammo crafting workbench so it will accept thermal induction when the round is fired, converting it into a particle round. Once that's done, DarkStar vial weapon manufacturing. Discover how to create yep. And then base game stuff. Alright. Let me then go out of here. So if I go over to this bench, back to the industrial, there's a new recipe, DarkStar Weapon Particle Core. You need this in order to take a ballistic weapon and turn it into a vial weapon. So I'm just going to make a couple of these. I need more quantum harnesses. I can make 11. And now I can't make that because I'm out of cesium. Normally, you would stockpile a hell of a lot of resources before you try this. Alright, weapon particle core. I'll make 6 of them. Alright, so you take a weapon that is a... Alright, backtracking. This is crafting normal vanilla weapons. This one enhances them to Mark II. This one takes a Mark II. So you consume the vanilla weapon at this bench to create a Mark II. You consume the Mark II at this bench to create a vial. So here's the Mark III AA-99. It needs that weapon particle core I just crafted and an AA-99 Mark II. and now I can re-enchant or whatever else. So if you look at it now, notice the ammo is 11 millimeter volatile. So this now is a particle beam weapon. And the other was 252 damage when it was relic. So let's see what this one is when it's relic. Where's quality? Quality. See, that's calibrated. Here's relic. 273 physical and 135 energy. And this doesn't have as many weapon mods on it. Atari, no, it's not done. I'm testing it. I've definitely found some things to fix. Some recipes are using the wrong ingredients. Some other constructible objects are at the wrong workbench. Things like that. Functionally, though, it's all looking like it's it's building the weapons. It's able to craft and do all of that. The issue is I need to do every weapon in the game. Craft every weapon, craft every piece of apparel, craft everything to make sure it all works, Let's see how high we can get this damage. Oh, that's full auto. Are you guys seeing this? That's a full auto A99 with 346 physical, 171 energy, and no enchants yet. I didn't even realize. That's awesome. Okay. I don't think I unlocked instigating. Nope, I need to go do that research. But we're not trying to do all of it right now. Let's do anti-personnel. And didn't do hand loading yet. Did do crippling. And we'll do concussive. Just to have 3 and turn it legendary. I thought there's something else that's supposed to be here and it's missing. I need to do the constructible object for it. There's another power core that you can install here to double the energy damage. Hey, Spider. So that's coming soon too. Oh, no. After DarkStar Manufacturing, which is this one, I'll be working on DarkStar Robotics, where I will need to learn how to create a companion, fully voiced and everything. So that'll be fun. DarkStar Robotics will most likely be a paid download on the cheap side. But that's going to be my chance to learn a lot of the additional techniques for quest creation and voice acting and all that stuff. My son's going to do the voice acting. I'll give you a little taster for those of you watching this. His name's Pal, P-A-L, Prototype Artificial Life Form. He's going to look like a teenage boy with a mask over his jaw, because that's kind of his robot exposure kind of thing. Oh, you'll see. I've got to learn 3D graphics to do that. That's going to be fun. But Pal is, if I can pull it off, he will be fully reactive to every quest in the game, just like a Constellation companion. He won't be romanceable, but he'll have an affinity quest where you'll be able to, quote unquote, adopt him. And he'll, call you mom or dad or whatever. But that's the primary goal of DarkStar Robotics, plus some extra robot stuff that you can build at your base. I'm not going to make that one expensive, even though it's probably going to be a freaking mile long as far as code is concerned. but it's definitely higher content level than a lot of the paid mods that are out there that cost 10 times more than I would charge you, if you know what I mean. Let's clear some inventory. All right, so this also comes with slates. So this slate is every weapon in the game and what levels its quality tiers unlock. So there's no more guessing, no more having to bounce around to a website and try and look it up or any of that. Just keep this slate around, and you'll always be able to see, oh, the Orange Star Shard, advanced drops at level 65. Handy, right? And of course, Superior and Unrivaled and Relic are unique to the mod. But then you'll be able to see kind of where things line up. Like, man, why isn't that advanced whatever dropping? And then, oh, that's because I'm in a zone that's too low level. And then this is the crafting list, when you can craft what, and the basics of the kind of research that you need. And then we've got the armor crafting one. Similar data, just for armor. And then this is the quality tiers. So, where is it? Where is it? There's one that's in here. It's kind of funny. Here you go. Monster costume. I made the monster costume upgradable. You can make a relic monster costume at level 75. So there you go. I know it's going to be everybody's favorite goof around one. Spider, I am in the middle of testing it right now. That's what you're seeing right now. Is just me testing. And once it's ready, it'll go out. I'm hoping it'll be probably tonight or tomorrow. But there's a lot to test. I have to literally build every single weapon in the game 3 times to make sure that they all do what they're supposed to do. And I have to do the same thing with every apparel item in the game. Still scrolling. I'm not going to keep scrolling that list because it's insane. And then do those twice because you can also enhance them. And every armor in the game. So yeah, and for anybody that's wondering, no, this is not going to automatically absorb stuff created by other people's mods. That's not possible. If those people want their content to work in DarkStar Manufacturing, they will have to create patches for it. If you are using like a Zone 79, that mod author, if you're using one of his outfits or something and you want it to be customizable in this mod, I would recommend that you either ping him to create a patch or ping somebody that's famous for creating patches and have them create a patch. I will not have time. Yes, an OP. When I'm playing normally, and Sarah annoys the crap out of me and pushes things too far, I will put her in a monster costume, build a base with nothing but a sleeping bag, an outpost with nothing but a sleeping bag, and a crew station out on Cassiopeia 1, and drop her off, ideally on a hill overlooking her crash site. And I will assign her there. Yeah, I am this far along already, and um, it was a lot of work. But it's been a mixture of xEdit and Creation Kit. There are definitely some things that are easier to do in xEdit because of its more spreadsheet-like view of things. But yeah. So I've got some recipes to fix. I've got some inventory on these items to fix. This guy and this guy were showing um, constructible tools that should not be here. Actually, I'm wondering if he's still showing them. Yes, he is. Bolt cutter and stuff. These should be at the industrial workbench. I don't know why they're showing up here. They should be there. All right. Let's save, and then I'll go back over and start working on those. Oh, yeah, there you go. Those are those SFBGS mods that I was warning you guys about. Those are Starfield Bethesda Game Studios content patches. And then these two are downloaded creations. Starfield Extended, he didn't try and balance anything at all. He just threw raw numbers at all of the weapons and said, all right, this is a flattened curve. It looks good to me. And he also did an override, a hard edit, on every single weapon in the game. So if any mod comes in and tries to customize any of the weapons, they will conflict. Mine doesn't do any of that. And you can compare my version of the weapons, my Mark II weapons, with the base game weapons, and they'll only be a few points higher damage, and that's because I specifically gave the Mark II versions just slightly higher damage. It's like 2 points of base damage more per enhanced weapon, which does scale, and so that gap grows a little bit, not huge, but it grows exponentially. But yeah, I've got a whole video that breaking down the details of the balancing that I did, Manilos. Um, I spent weeks on it. I've got a huge spreadsheet that's going to go up on my webpage um, when it's ready, when the mod's ready. So like this is every weapon in the game and the actual base game's calculation for how it scales damage per quality tier, and then what I did with my flattened ones so that you could swap quality tiers. And this was for me to do the calculation so that these were the numbers I could put into my quality tier files, and B to prove that they were coming out to the same values in total damage. Yeah, totally different approach. Mine is a much more benign and balanced approach. And then I add unrivaled, and I add superior to weapons, and I add unrivaled and relic quality to weapons and armor. So it's really night and day difference. But don't use both mods. Use mine or his. If you prefer his, use his. I'm not going to judge. His is simpler and easier to maintain. But this also would replace Legendary Module Recycler. And the I think I saw like a 3-star crafting series of mods coming out. This replaces that too. All for free. All right, so what was it now? Back here. There you go. This mod creates 2,923 constructible objects so far. And I know for a fact I need more. Um, but I'm here to work on a few of them. Why are those tools showing up where they shouldn't be? I think those are... Here we go. So these recipes are filtered to industrial, manufactured. Um, oh, that's right, because I've got to do Same filter as I did up here. Oop, too far. Um, is true for condition form. So let's get that over here. Yes, I'm sure it's mine. So it's true for condition form recipe blocker. And I can copy that across here. And now those should only show in that one place. Industrial workbench. To verify there's nothing else weird that I missed. Recipe manufactured, industrial workbench, and that one condition. Alrighty. So that's done. That'll fix that. Since vacuum tape is craftable, that should be fine to leave in that recipe. One of the reasons I have not played much myself since the creation kit came out is because this mod wasn't upgraded to the creation kit yet. I like playing with my mods too. And when I don't have them, I feel guilt. Even though they make you overpowered. I'm not going to lie about that. Alright, I needed to do constructible objects for... Was it the skins? No, it was that power cell. I thought I had done that. It would be a mod. I don't know if it's prefixed with DarkStar or what. So let's go to the object modification list instead. Okay, it's not there. Can't remember what I called it. Been a while. I don't need these as overrides anymore. So amplified power core or something like that. Amplified particle core. Did I remove it? I don't think I did. Certainly can't find it. Must be under the DarkStar section. Maybe. Check under A. It's not listed. I must have deleted it without realizing I deleted it. Well, there's another way to check this. Let's see. So, miscellaneous. Weapon particle core uses. These are all weapons. Yeah, so a particle core amplifier is missing. Okay, save this. go up, grab the old version. And back to here. How's everybody day going? Oh, I had previous already. No matter. I swore I had something in here. This is the old one. Trying to find a feature I had in the original version of this mod, so I can kind of try and resurrect it in the new one. Skins. Pretty sure I already brought it there. What the what? Okay, hold on. There's something messed up here. Touch point. Oh, particle core amplifier. And that's referenced by those, and then those two mods. Particle core and particle core amplifier. Why are there two? Oh yeah, that's because it needed to have a default one. Alright, so in the new mod, do I have an AP weapon PCA? I do. And it's on everything. And it's in these two guys. But I don't think I have a constructible object for this. I do not. So I just need constructible objects for these. So when you have this installed, energy damage should go up substantially. Thank you, Wolf. Alright, so I just need a constructible object for that. Mod weapon particle core amplifier. This is the new one. Weapon particle core first. So the standard one can be rebuilt to replace if anybody chooses to. Oh no. CO mod weapon. There it is. Alright, this needs to make the mod weapon particle core. That's good. And this should be free. And it shouldn't have to have restrictions on it because you can't make a weapon that this fits on without the research anyways. So I don't have to add more restrictions. And then the ingredients on this is none. So gun mod, weapon quality also needs to change. Let's see, create some new. PCA. These references on that. Holy crap. Sort by signature. These are all creatable objects. Oh, it didn't sort. Did it sort? I don't know if it sorted. It's weird. Thank you, exit it. I know there's a mod group for what will show. Guess I didn't have that here. Great. Let's go to keywords. Nice to change the melee weapons for I know that the melee weapons got a big overhaul in the last content release from Bethesda, um, but I haven't done any deep dive into it yet. I haven't had much time to play. I spent enough time to do the first Bounty Hunter or Trackers Alliance quest, and then that was it. I've been working on mods ever since. So I know I've seen in the game files that there's a whole bunch of melee weapon stuff. I don't know why I bothered sorting by that. It should be sorted by this in the other direction. Okay. It's fine. Mod group. Oh, sorry, that was a recipe, wasn't it? References, and then this should be referenced in a, there you go. Weapon recipe categories. And then here, I just need to override this. And add. Really, no autocomplete. And mod quality. And PCA, which needs to be renamed. This should be, oh my gosh. Click too fast. It won't let you actually edit. Particle core, and then, boy, round robin daisy chain stuff is so annoying. CO mod weapon. There we go. I can finally change this to the PCA. Oh, buddy. All right. Duplicate this. Quantum harness. One quantum harness, one particle core to quadruple the energy portion of your. Did I do that to the right one? No, I did not. Of course I didn't. Move that over here. Remove it from you. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, they've got a lot of stuff going on with melee weapons right now. I know that I saw a video from Deanpo that was talking about, I didn't watch it yet, but he was talking about how the Varun Pain Blade might be one of the best in slot weapons in the game now, which doesn't surprise me. That thing is beast mode as far as melee goes. But up until now, wasn't really a viable option if you wanted to compete in the end game, go against extreme content and all that. I mean, you could, but it would just be insufferable. Okay, that should let me craft those onto those weapons. No unsaved changes. That's cool. Let's go back and see if I can add the particle core amplifier to that AA99 that I built. Well, if they had, um, like my favorite game for like sneaking around and all that stuff has always been the original Thief. Um, and if you played it, then you know why. You know what I mean. Um, I never really was a fan of things like how World of Warcraft did assassinations and everything. I like the backstabbing mechanics and assassination mechanics in Elder Scrolls Online. Um, but I didn't like the fact that I was forced to play an MMO to get those things. Um, and there was still parts of that game that were a little too action RPG oriented. Like I should not. I was the first player in the closed release candidate beta to reach veteran content and get all the way through to the end, complete all of the level grind in all three factions. Um, and I did it as a solo rogue. Everybody else, like even the group content, I didn't have anybody that was at my level to help me, so I had to solo everything, and I was able to do it with a glass cannon rogue. And then the devs were reaching out to me like, "How are you able to do that?" I'm like, "Well, I don't suck. Um, that must be registered as a primer. Yeah, it is. The tools aren't here anymore though. That's what I wanted to check. Tools should be over here now. Control drilling leg. So come on, show me the tools. Show me the tools. Bolt cutter, chisels. Yep. So you can now make tools at the industrial workbench where it makes sense to be able to craft that stuff. Um, After that Starfield hotfix, I don't know. I don't have any mods out yet on Creation Club that allow crafting of weapons and armor. That's what I'm building here. That's what I'm testing right now. So whatever mods you're using, that would be a question for those mod authors. If you're not using any, I have no idea. So let's go under this, and I will finish all of the enchantment researches. So anybody just joining, when this mod goes live, you will be able to do research to unlock the ability to craft enchants, legendaries, on your gear. It does have some prerequisites. You have to have completed required skills, spacesuit design, special projects. So you will have to have special projects for, and you'll have to have either spacesuit or weapon engineering / design for as well to unlock it all. Because a level 1 player shouldn't be able to just go and make legendaries. All right, you should have to earn it. Feel like you earned it. Put the work in. But once you've done the research, it's always unlocked for that character. Plus, this kind of gives you more you can research and more reasons to gather resources and get into crafting, and it makes it more involved and feel a little more realistic, in my opinion. And for those curious, the cesium stuff, you can farm that in the game. It's not fun to farm. Alright, so that's all spacesuit research completed, and now weapon research. It's awesome seeing this stuff work the first time, because it's the first time I've been able to play this mod to test it out. And there's been very few things that need to be tweaked so far. Oh, I didn't get a proc. Fine. Thank you, Terry. Yeah, that should be fine, Edward. Just load DarkStar after Metalegia. I think what they're doing is they're hijacking the outpost ship vendor inventories. And if they do that, then it would wipe out the inventory at the outpost at the terminus. But I don't know why they did that. That's like the very like I'm not hijacking any other vendors with my stuff. So that there's no excuse for them doing it the way they are. And yeah, I agree. Game should have been this involved from the start, in my opinion. Well, you should have seen when I was working on the xEdit scripts that I was using to help me spawn things with precision. I despise Delphi though, so that would have just been really just a obscenities stream. I would have just been cussing nonstop. I don't know if that would go over well with the YouTube folk. Oh, now I get props. Went and crafted all those for no reason, I see. About to run out of resources again. Yep, there we go. Stuff you can't do on console, but I do constantly when testing. So I'm not gonna... If I stopped to go gather resources just to test a mod, you guys would never see my mods go public. I'd still be testing Astrodynamics. I can make a large primer. Super, no, not right now. I do not. I may add some in the future. I leave that door open, but for right now, I have no direct immediate plans. I will have some mods coming soon that have new ships. Um, so my A99 uses 11 millimeter. I'm definitely going to want to make some 11 millimeter volatile ammo so that I can show that off. Where's the 11 millimeter here? I guess I haven't done all the research. Hey, very welcome, Tiny. How do y'all like the DarkStar Avenger? The free ship? I know you can, if you're high enough level, you can definitely build one that's stronger. Magnetic diodes. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, Ammo Crafting Bench from this mod now has the ability to make your primers and diodes right here rather than trying to jump all the way over to, you know, a vendor in like Aquila City and buy primers. And scroll, 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 scroll. Any more? Nope, but now I should be able to make all ammo. Named your account, thanks, Wicked. That's awesome. Well, that ship is also an example of how I build my ships normally. Lots of very delicate merging of parts. Oh, look, I need more large primer. Large round primer. Makes more 11 millimeter. I upped, by the way, the base game recipes for this. I felt were too punishing and did not give you enough ammo. So every ammo type that the base game now lets you craft, in the DarkStar Manufacturing, you will craft 20 times as much per combine. You are welcome. I don't know why that was so hard to do, you know? So you need to combine ammo that would normally be for that weapon, so 11 millimeter, plus light particle fuse, and I think some other ingredients. But the combination of those lets you build. There you go, and super cooled magnet. So it's 11 millimeter caseless because that's what the A99 normally fires. Light particle fuses and super cooled magnets creates volatile ammo. And there we go. It just gave me 29,000 volatile ammo with those few combines. And now I should be able to go and equip that guy. And I'm going to double check him at the weapon workbench, give him some better enchants. Mark III relic, particle core amplifier. So there's the standard, there's the amplified, so it just almost barely doesn't double the damage from the... So I'll increase that number. I don't like that. That should be higher. And then... So that'll be another change to the mod. Let's go with instigating. No, not instigating. This is automatic. We don't want instigating. We want furious. And then we want lacerate for bleed damage and shattering. Because if you can get shattering, you should always have shattering. Here we go. Y'all ready? It's A99, functional reticule, functional ammo counter, full auto. You see the blue glow on those trails? That's a particle beam round. Particle beams for the win. So let's show you another one. Let's go with a microgun. This is one of my favorites. Not very practical. I really don't like the spin up time on microguns, but this one is... It's fun enough that it's worth all the spin up time. And microgun Mark III, so now it's a vial microgun. And then I go over here and I'm gonna customize it. Alright, so we'll do stabilizing barrel, because why not? Recon lasers, not that anything's really gonna live long enough. Tactical grip, tactical mags, yeah, we'll go armor piercing rounds. Notice the damage up here? See the energy? We'll go with high powered. And now we're going with relic, buddy. And then we will go with furious, just like the other one. Because we know this is full auto. Lacerate. And then in shattering. And amplifier. So here we have a particle beam relic microgun. Some rounds just blanking out is Ligor. That is the hand loading legendary. That is how that legendary works. Alright, so here we go. Particle beam, silenced minigun. And... Oh, I ran out of ammunition. Derp. Alright, ammunition. 7.77 millimeter. 77. Do I have... the materials. Oh, small primers. Let me make small primers. And then 7.7. And then light particle fuse. I need to make charged diodes. Light particle fuse. And then volatile 7.7. So yeah, these are a little more tedious to use because you can't just pick up ammo out in the wild and rearm, right? But totally worth it because you can craft it all. So there's really not a lot of reason not to, you know, be prepared with all this. But here we go. You ready? The highest fire rate particle beam weapon you can get in the game with any mod. And that's sick. So if I go and check that slate that I showed you guys earlier, so slate, DarkStar weapon crafting unlocks. So all of the numbers in here are based off of the normal base game scaling um, for the quality tiers. So the microgun calibrated unlocks in the base game at level 40, so therefore the base weapon unlocks at 30 in this mod for crafting. So you can craft it at 30, you can enhance it at 30, and then you can turn it into a vial version at 35. And then from there we go to quality tiers and go down to microgun. Oh, too far. Microgun. So standard is 30, 40 for calibrated, 50 for refined, 60 for advanced, 70 for superior, 85 for unrivaled, 115 for relic. And if you're talking about the vial, just add 5 to everything. So in order to have the weapon I'm holding in my hands, you got to do a crap load of research, and you have to be level 120. And then that's also, you need all of the materials in order to do the crafting. So while definitely there are people out there who be like, this weapon's too OP, it ain't easy to acquire, right? You have to really bust ass to get here and get all the stuff you need to make this happen. But then you're rewarded for it. If somebody wants to, film like a playthrough series for YouTube or whatever, and do like a game rule that other than the very first weapons you get, you can't use anything that you don't craft. Like no quest rewards, no loot off of NPCs. You have to craft everything. That would be phenomenal. And be like, how long does it take to get to like level 150 using DarkStar Manufacturing? You know, that kind of thing. All right, let me get rid of this stuff because this is heavy. And yeah, infinite storage box right here. Alright, so let's go somewhere. So many quest markers. Does anybody ever go to these systems? Or do you just hop through and fly by? No, that is not what this mod does. Um, that's more the tactic of like DM Legendary Recycler when it comes to legendaries and stuff. Oh, that's ridiculous, Wesley. Ah, the Avenger. Alright, let's find something to shoot. I don't come to Freya often. There may not even be anything here. No. Oh. Was it G? Yeah. There's nothing. Fine, fine, fine. I'll go further. I don't want to shoot floaters. They gotta have more health. Nobody likes fighting robots. I'll go here to a robotic facility. Here we go. Missed. I think I'm too far away. Yeah, that works nice. See, normally the microgun would have a little bit of an issue on those because they are alien. Aliens have high ballistic damage resistance. Oh, that melted. Tell me that doesn't look fun to play. Yeah, it'll come out this week. I'm hoping very late tonight or tomorrow. I've got a lot of testing to do on it to make sure. That's actually what I'm doing right now. So let's try the fully automatic AA99 particle beam version. The AA99 Mark III in its maxed out relic quality. There we go. Oh my god. Yeah. Yep. DarkStar approved. Mod requirements on mods? What do you mean? Yeah, if you reload, if you have to reload when you're in the boost pack training, assault training hover mode, it won't hover anymore until you land. Fun times. Skill requirements? Yeah, there's skill requirements on all of this. Here we go. Hi, guy. Oh my lord. He just melted. Hi, guy. Bye, guy. Any other boyos? Come on, this is for science. I mean, you can't leave barrels unexploded, right? No, it's everything's going to require varying levels of spacesuit design, weapon engineering, and/or special projects, and then research. Lots and lots of research. So it's not likely that everything will be available to a level 1 character. Like, you can earn it all, but by the time you earn it all, you'll be way beyond level 1. You know, you'll earn XP just doing research and stuff, so.
I am taking damage.
Yes, you are taking damage. You are quite astute in that observation. Keep in mind, this character is also level 273, with almost everything maxed out, so there's...
Warning.
I could run through here naked and be just fine. So this isn't a balancing thing. Relic weapons are never going to be balanced with what drops in game, because the highest that drops in game is advanced. So relics are about 180 to 190% the damage of the advanced version, or the base model. I don't know, they're a lot more damage than advanced. It is in that spreadsheet that will go live on the website.
Be advised.
Ah, sweet.
Now
More things to tickle.
damage.
Who needs to aim?
All systems.
Not me.
I am unable. Repair not possible.
I think this weapon wins. Let's go back to this guy. I don't think there's anybody left to shoot, but yeah, that's it for that POI. Alright, well, at least that proves and shows off kind of how the particle beam weapons work. Um, well, this mod will not require creation points. It'll be free. Astrodynamics, of course, is free. Trainees Maelstrom is free. At some point, I'm going to investigate a new way to do the Retired Emissaries mod in the creation kit. It's being a little bit fussy with me right now, that's why I haven't done it yet. But that mod is a small one, and it turns Constellation members into Starborn. Which, it's funny as hell if you have a brand new character and that mod turned on right now it's on Nexus, so PC only. And it's the old version. I honestly haven't even tested with the new patch to see if it is even functional. But it's pretty funny starting a new character, and when Barrett lands in the frontier, it's Starborn Barrett. You can't see his face or anything. He's like standing there in the Starborn armor with a Faroon inflictor on his back. And then he doesn't really help when the pirates attack, and you're like, dude, why? Like, you could have parallel selfed and gravity waved and all that, but no, you just let the newbies handle it. Yeah, that'll get a treatment at some point. Um, it is Ligor. The thing is that with this mod, once you have it installed, you may find that you don't really like the Inflictor much anymore, because it's just not king of the hill anymore. It's still going to be better than a lot of weapons, but these weapons, these particle version of ballistics will push you, plus relic, that'll push a lot of weapons to the level that the current Inflictor is sitting at. Yes, a relic Inflictor would be insane, but like if you're winning at the game with just an Inflictor today, you can turn anything into... You'll be able to switch to different weapons, is I guess my point. It kind of opens the door. and makes a lot of things viable. Let's show you guys a fun one. Um, Laser rifle would be probably either the Orion or the Equinox. Equinox tops out at refined; it doesn't have advanced. The Orion is the one that the Hunter uses in the final fights in the game. It's the like twin side by side barrel looking thing. That's my other mod for those of you who want to level characters quickly.
Curious feeling, knowing that you've seen something
So
that no one else
it's
has.
7.5
That
times
you know
experience
something
gain,
no one else does.
which is absurd. Okay, craft a weapon. Yes, I know, I'm carrying a lot. Shut up. Okay, let's craft the very first pistol you can pick up in the game. We'll make one of these guys. And then Mark II. So now he's capable of being further enhanced. But I'm going to skip over that and go straight to Mark III and make him particle beam. And then get close enough to this guy. And then we will take that Eon and soup him up. Give him a suppressor. Wait, I skipped something. Oh, explosive rounds? I don't think I want to do that. Good grief. So we'll do tactical. I've never min-maxed an Eon. Air trigger, high velocity, accuracy and range, or fire rate. We'll do fire rate. Binary trigger. Take him all the way up to relic. Give him, let's see, anti-personnel and hand loading. Oh, and shattering. And then we'll give him the particle core. Oh, the amplifier. Oh, he already had that installed? Really? Is the recipe reversed? That's weird. I'll have to check out those recipes. Okay. So now let's equip that. Go to my brand new Shattering Assassin's Relic Eon Mark III. And what rounds does this fire? 7.7, which I made for the minigun. Perfect. Here we go. I'll change the barrel. Or the magazine. Magazine. Let's go with the large magazine. 20 or 30? I think I'll go with 30. We'll do the drum magazine. Here we go. Hey, you're very welcome, Grandma's Country Life. Here we go. That's an Eon, folks. With particle beam, weapon, or ammunition. And so, let's do a damage comparison. So this is Eternity's Gate. This is the weapon without any upgrades that you get from the end game. And then the Starboard Armor scaling perk of DarkStar Astrodynamics gives it to you. You can upgrade it with even in the base game and add some more modules to it because it doesn't really come with great things pre-installed, but you can upgrade it a bit. And with this mod, you could even carry this up to Relic once you sacrifice it into a Mark II and keep going. There's no Mark III version of this because it's already a particle beam. But comparing this is 700 total damage, 750-ish. And then this is a friggin' Eon with 2, 3, 4, 5, 500 total damage, but a higher fire rate. So this is probably going to compete on total DPS with this. And then you get to this guy who now this is full auto as well. So this is binary, but this is full auto, and this has 700, almost 650 damage as a full auto. So it's going to crush the Inflictor for total DPS overall. And then this guy has the highest fire rate, 350 versus this guy 112. So yeah, it's when I was saying before that Inflictor may not be the king of the hill for you anymore. This is why. Were you here, Grandma, when I was doing the demonstration of the minigun? Yeah, it's fun. Okay, and dump resources. I'll do a quick demo of this. So, weakest weapon in the game, right? Um, and the particle core amplifier is going to do more. It's going to upgrade the energy side of the damage more when I'm done with it because I'm not happy with where it is right now. All right, so Frozen, I have no control over that, and I can't say why, but I wouldn't blame Bethesda specifically either. Um, there's a lot to that story of whether or not mods can turn off achievements and whatever. Why won't it set course? Is it because I'm in the lodge? No, shouldn't matter. But yes, they will start off. They will disable achievements, unfortunately. If you care about achievements, I would say go burn your achievements right now, get them all, and then play however you want after that without worry. That would be my recommendation. Let's go to my favorite system, Fermi. The only ones that don't were the ones that were developed by Bethesda themselves. None of the ones developed by creators like me leave achievements enabled. They are not allowed to. There's some discussions going on behind the scenes with all the concerned parties. They're trying to make it happen. But for right now, it's not possible to publish a mod that leaves achievements enabled. If I could publish DarkStar Manufacturing and Astrodynamics with achievements enabled, I would. The only thing that would have to change in Astrodynamics is I would have to remove that VIP setting in the terminal menu. You'd have to pay full price for your ship parts. That would be the only necessary change. Everything else in that is highly balanced. Forgot to eat. Where is it? Here we go. Perfect. You cannot mod starborn ships very easily right now, so no, I do not. I may in the future. I'm also planning on several big content mods that will be huge quest lines and everything else. And in one of those, I'm planning on releasing a new ship that you will be able to opt into replacing your Starborn Guardian entirely with a new ship. I don't care where you land me, because I don't need your ship. I build better ships. Alright. I believe I'm on extreme. Yeah, I'm on extreme, by the way. And in way beyond New Game Plus 10. Look at that. Did you see him melt? Did you see him melt? That's an Eon, folks. Oh yeah, you don't have to turn off the intercoms. The intercoms are optional. I just dislike being spammed by my crew when I kill things really fast. Alright. So, Isligor, do you think with this weapon that you would still need a Varun Inflictor? I posit that you would not. Who's excited for a particle beam Eon? It gets really crazy when you do. Let's see if it has any in here. There you go. DarkStar Quantum Harness right there in that chest. Lootable. But yeah, it gets really crazy when you do like the Kraken and turn the Kraken into a particle beam, a Mark III, and then give him Gutbusters. So you got particle Gutbuster rounds. And again, they may not all be the max damage that you can get from any weapon, but like this pushes weapons to a point where you don't really need to focus on min-maxing anymore. You can use any weapon you want, which is kind of how DarkStar mods work, right? Like what I did with the Astrodynamics mod. Use any grab drive graphic you want, but get the same stats. You know, just flip between them and you can pick how it looks. So in this case, the weapon stats are all different, but they all perform well enough at relic level that you can use any weapon in the in-game in a level 75 system and be just fine. And not feel like you're gimped and about to die. You know? It just opens up the door. Stupid rock. Binary Tricker is insane anyways. So yeah, alright. What's left now is I need to adjust the damage that the damage amplification from the particle core amplifier. And I need to so I need to do that. I need to check the recipes for particle core amplifier and standard and make sure the right ingredients are posted to the right one. It looks like right now they are misnamed and flip-flopped. Yes, you can mod blades. The base game, they added some blade mods, but also I've added, I split the enchants for weapons. into a group for melee and a group for ranged. So, in my mod at least, you will no longer be able to build a hand-loading barrow knife. A hand-loading skip shot barrow knife, because that makes no sense. And you also won't be able to build a swashbuckling AA-99, because that also makes no sense. So that's what I was doing when I started the stream, was working on that filtering system. So the one thing I'll caution about 1 inch punch is that it dramatically reduces the range of any weapon you're using. But one of my favorites is actually a Beowulf with the short barrel and a silencer, just a reflex sight, no scope. And then what did I use for that one? Furious, lacerate, 1 inch punch. So that is a sick room clearing weapon. It's not good for like long range. It's medium to short range only. But I'd rather wield that than a shotgun or a knife any day. Especially with the Black Beowulf free creation from Bethesda. What do you mean? What combat skills? Yeah, at levels 270 plus, it's every single skill tree. Yeah, I'll show you. Give me a sec. Yeah, I got skills. Fun fact, if you're on PC, there's a save game download of this character on Nexus. And you can just pick up this character and start playing in a fresh universe. And it's a fresh alternate universe where you run into the U question mark. Ah. I also have Xbox. I started this character on Xbox, ported over to PC Game Pass in January, and then there's a desktop app you can use to move your saves from between Xbox and Steam. So I moved over to Steam so that I could start working on mods. A lot easier to mod on Steam. Yeah, I've got a Series X that sits across the room collecting dust most of the year. You can go park in that crafting room, pop up back over to xEdit, check a few things. What do y'all think of the clutter on top of these? You think it'll be easy to kind of recognize what's what once you get used to them? Oh yeah, my frontier on that save game. Yeah, Yeah, that was nuts. I that's the one that I used the six SA engines, right, and embedded them in the back centered. I think that was the one. So where is that? Sub DarkStar in-game save. So yeah, here it is. So those are the SA engines stacked in the vertically. They're taking up the space of two of the engines, so the middle one's sandwiched between, and then they're dead center offset for the rest of the ship. That's what he's referring to. So for those on PC, you can get this ship in that save game on a level 270. Is it 270 or 270? 271 with all of those skills unlocked. I wanted a backup of my save, and I was like, why not share it? And there was a couple people asking to help test my mods and stuff. This originally came with a modded version and an unmodded version. The modded version used the old version of my mods, the old Darkstar Astro and the old Darkstar Manufacturing. But I had to disable the modded version of this save game because of that. Those aren't functional anymore. But I'll be doing a new version of the save game that uses these two mods once this one's out. But yeah, I need to make sure I save. Oh wait, while I'm here, let me test the armor. I haven't tested that yet. So I've got two pieces of apparel already. I'm wearing Masako's outfit. No, I have a Masako outfit Mark II, and I'm wearing the UC Navy cap. UC Navy. Don't know how this is gonna work. I haven't tested this yet. Let me put those back on though. Not ammo. Whoa. I think that's showing as apparel. That would be a bug then. Yeah, I got nothing out of that. What did I get? They just consumed. That's fun. Let's try that again. See, this is why I test every single thing. Let's go to Masako. I will do imaging because it shouldn't matter. If it's gonna work, it's gonna work. So I'll just do Imogen's thing for now. And anybody here ever pretend you didn't know the truth in the Ryujin quest line and take out Imogen just to get her clothing? I've done that. Yep, looks like the advanced apparel crafting is not giving you the item. Okay. Alright, so did I save? I should have an autosave. Whatever. Hey, thanks, Bats. Ghetto Ghost, make sure you update again. Um, there was a hiccup with the original update. The creation kit exported the wrong version of the file. But yeah, if you update it, should fix itself. I would hope. And then also check your load order if you're on PC, or if you're on Xbox, make sure all of you here make sure you are not using the unofficial Starborn or Starfield patch. That is a very bad patch. Use the community patch instead if you insist on using a big patch like that. And make sure whichever patch you are using is first in your load order. Make sure DarkStar is not trying to load before it. I mean, that'd be fine. DarkStar itself doesn't care where it loads, but if there's another mod that conflicts with it or might be causing a break or crash to desktop, then you've got to figure out how to play with that mod and DarkStar to get them to work at the same time. But DarkStar itself doesn't override hardly anything in the game, so he doesn't care who loads when in general. But there's some people out there that are not doing the due diligence the way that I would on updating their mods, and they might step on things they didn't mean to step on, and that would break somebody else's mod unknowingly. That's actually more common than you would expect. Um, a lot of the smaller mods that are on the Creation Club right now are literally just what was on Nexus, and the person just loaded them into the Creation Kit and uploaded. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a situation where you've had to destroy an entire outpost. I know some people have had that with just the the base game landing pads, not even my landing pad. Like they didn't have my stuff installed. They went to a base to try and destroy the landing pad to put mine down and crash the desktop. Um, when that happens, it's usually something to do with the landing marker that item placed, and your outpost saved versus that landing marker, and or it's the collision markers that are you can't see that are added by the landing pad. Sometimes those get bugged and hung. When that's happening, it's usually something like the unofficial Starborn patch or unofficial Starfield patch that's causing it, um, or one of the Bethesda content patches loading out of order and blowing things up. So those are the two problems hitting the community right now. They have nothing to do with the individual mod authors. There's nothing we can really do about it. All right, what was I doing? I got to check the mods for PCA. Mod, was it DarkStar Weapon or just Mod Weapon? I think it's just Mod Weapon. There it is. So this one doesn't do anything. This one does do anything. And then we'll go to the references. He's referenced by the wrong one. Yeah, they're reversed. That's what the problem was there. So go to this guy. You should be pointing to, yes, edit that guy. And you should be pointing to the standard particle core. So that'll fix that. And now I'll go back to this, go back to here. Right now this is saying 4 times energy damage, and this is clearly not quadrupling the energy damage. And that's kind of part of the issue with how these object modifiers get calculated. It's not always clear what they're doing. I don't know what is that even doing? Why is that there? I don't know. Let's try 8 times damage on that. Now let's check the constructible objects for the apparel. So that is giving the prison scrubs Masako is giving Masako. So we all saw this not give me anything. But this is a piece of apparel. So the problem with Vortex is when it does stuff, when it sets up your system, it asks you to do a whole bunch of things like symbolic links between different drives and everything else. Um, and I can't answer directly because it depends on your system, how you set it up, what options you selected, what mods you installed. It's hard to say. I've had some people in Discord. I don't have a Discord of my own, but some of the people in the different Discords I'm on have had to completely reinstall the game to get it to work properly after Vortex or MO2 removal. Other people got Vortex and the Creation Club working wonderfully together. Other people can't get it to work. Um, C-class turrets are 5 power. Yeah, the turrets are all 5 power so that they you only install 2 and the max power for that weapon slot is only 10. Just to give you more power to be used elsewhere. There may be a turret that's not a power of 5. I just can't remember off the top of my head. But my earbud batteries are going kaput. I'm gonna end the stream for now and charge my devices. This was fun. I may do this later. Um, if there are enough people here, what does everybody think about me maybe doing a support live like once a week at a predictable time? Like, oh yeah, Wicked's going to be live on, randomly picking, say maybe Wednesday. Or he'll be live on Wednesday, and I'll be able to catch up with him then and ask questions and get support. Is that something you guys would be interested in? All right. I'll look into it and figure out. My wife does a lot of streaming on TikTok for her business. Oh, I'm sorry, Bats. Um, yeah, I don't have a mic that is not bound to headphones, and both of them are out of batteries. Yeah, I work days too. So if I did it, it would probably be nighttime EST or maybe early on a Saturday morning or something like that. But I'll figure it out. I might do 2 different days in the week so that I have a morning time spot for people that are not, close enough to East Coast, and then maybe a later 7 or 8 p.m. East Coast type thing on a weekday. My wife runs a crafting business and she does live streams on TikTok to support that on 3 days a week. So I got to make sure I'm not using our bandwidth at the same time as her. So it'll either be Tuesday or a Thursday or Saturday or Sunday morning kind of thing. Um, and if you see me on any other times than that, I'll post a schedule eventually. But any other lives will just be spur of the moment. But you guys are awesome. I'll talk to y'all later.